watch more.
Punisher's getting his own show now.
Oh, I mean
Isn't
that was
season?
always in the cards.
It was in the, but it's like they ordered it.
They ordered
It's
it.
happening now. Yeah, they ordered the season. They ordered the episodes for it.
It's like walking over your favorite diner and asking for food.
Pretty much.
Oh.
But
Right.
in this case, they were asking for their kneecaps to get taken out.
All right, and with that, welcome to episode number 22 of Podcast Simulator. I am Smatter. Who's here? Say your names, who you are.
My name is PBat.
Perfect.
I'm Cyan, not Juice Chris. Not JC.
I'm other black.
Stop. That's mean.
You're full black. I'm half
You're
black.
full black.
Oh, no, I'm not even full black.
Full metal
Oh, come
black.
on, man. You're basically
Full metal
full black.
blacket.
All you
Yeah.
talk about is lean on stream. You're basically full black.
I talk about P-Bat.
Can we
P-Bat.
clarify what this lean thing is and what this
P-Bat,
lean
I'm
party?
sick of you.
Can you explain this? I have no idea. This might be the whitest and most ignorant I've ever been.
You guys are so boring.
Oh, and that's
I
Brandon.
hate P-Bat. Just know that I hate P-Bat.
I'm just gonna Google lean party. Oh, not lemon party.
No, what?
Google lean party.
Why did Lemon Party pop up immediately on
Oh,
whatever
it's
autocorrect
Lord.
you're using?
Bookmarked.
Well, now I know what P-Bat's quote-unquote party's about.
Wait, so how are you
Hey.
spelling lean?
L-E, like you lean, like when you lean on something. Lean.
Okay, so like when you're in prison, they put your house on lean.
Okay, Smatter, lean is a drink. It is a drink.
Oh
that is
yes,
basically-
that lean. Oh, I
Yes,
do
that
know what
lean.
that is.
You're an
Holy shit.
Matter, you're an idiot.
No, I was not. I didn't know what he meant.
You're an idiot.
Okay, listen. When your family's in a lot of legal trouble with the law and like you can't afford to pay for houses or post bail, you put your house on lean. That's what that means to me. That is the
we're
first
gonna
definition.
we're gonna have a lean party like that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, the odds of you ending up in prison are very high, or at least statistically higher than me.
Oh my god.
He does have a point. They are higher than his chances.
But to be fair, you're also in another country where they treat people with respect, and we don't really do that here.
Yeah.
So maybe the odds are skewed. Plus, you're only half, so what'd that be like? You'd be 50% more likely?
Jesus.
Oh no, 25%, because you're twice as likely, and then I don't know how math works. All right, so we're gonna talk about video game stuff instead. Hopefully, we don't get to any math. Let's start right at the top with a number. A number 3. Dark Souls 3 is out. JC, I believe you want to talk about this.
It's not out yet.
Well,
you
yes,
know,
it is.
Yeah, wait, it came out the
it's out
24th.
and it's not out, but we haven't
What?
meditated, so.
Oh,
that's
yes,
on you.
guided meditation. God damn it, I was so eager to go on numbers. Before I just wing this, does anyone want to take it?
No thanks.
Fatsy?
If it doesn't lead directly into Dark Souls 3, I'm leaving.
Oh, fuck, I haven't played it. Okay,
Just do the end of Dark Souls 2.
I don't know what happened at the end of Dark Souls 2.
I hate
Alright,
you.
so you just killed
No, if
The-
you said
the
you didn't
bad
want to
guy.
do it.
and the bad guy is dead now.
Okay, close
and
your
then
eyes.
you go inside of the metal, the little clan, and you live in it.
Close your eyes. Pretend.
And then you wake up, and now your soul's gone again. Dark Souls 3.
Open your eyes.
You are not going to wind up being a yogi or anything quite similar.
How
to that.
dare you call me a fucking bear?
You're hairy enough.
Really, that
honestly.
was the best joke you had?
I mean, I don't fucking know what else that is. What can I say? Like, oh, I'm not fucking Michael Myers. That's the only other one you got.
What?
All right, so
That was
let's
a movie,
let's
Joe.
let's
Holy
move on.
shit.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's talk about Dark Souls
All right,
3.
let's talk about
You
Dark
guys are
Souls 3.
shit.
Open your eyes. I hope you're
I don't need
relaxed
this.
after Fats brutally murdered the guided meditation.
Die inside.
I'm trying to picture you in a yoga class, just like, nah, man, I ain't squatting. Fuck that.
Nah, fam, lean party.
Hey.
Lean yoga.
Yoga lean.
All right, Dark Souls 3. What's new, JC?
One of the worst launches of all time. Actually horrible. So, From Software is releasing the game in the States in about 2 weeks. Now, the game came out in Japan a week ago, and they're also starting to give US review copies out last week as well. So the game is actually ready to go, just not out yet. But some people who have Xbox Ones, and I guess all 10 of them were working really hard on this, discovered that if you bought the Japanese version, you could download the US one.
Huh.
So, yeah, so there are a lot of people in the States now who actually have the full version of Dark Souls 3, sans the day one patch From Software is saying they're going to come out with. And so a lot of people are really pissed off that the game is ready, but they basically are just waiting to try to build up hype for it.
See, I don't know why people are mad about that, honestly. Like, Every single release that has ever happened outside of that one album Beyonce released out of nowhere has had a release date specifically to build hype. It's a marketing tactic that has existed since the beginning of the fucking time. The big problem here is that when it leaked and went on Twitch and YouTube and everywhere else, and people are just playing the fucking game in its completion, and they didn't say, fuck it, let's just release it. That's the problem.
Yeah, they didn't
Is that the
yield.
content is available publicly, but we can't all get it. Like, that is some bullshit.
And it's Dark Souls too. So much of this game, like this style of game, is based on not knowing what you're
Yeah.
gonna see, and the spoilers are everywhere now.
Yeah.
That's why I've been avoiding everything like streams. Like, and some of my favorite streamers are playing the game, but I can't watch because like I do want to experience that and not have anything spoiled.
Oh, see, okay, I in my usual contrarian stance, I don't love any of the Souls games. I can't get into them, but it does seem to be like a tragic misstep and a tragic disservice to their community to pull this. I mean, like, I also, I'm not hyped by it, so I also don't feel that terrible. Like, was that, like...
Well, truth be told, if this was like any other game that I would be playing, like waiting another 3 weeks while other people are playing it wouldn't bother me. But this, because of the nature of this game specifically, that if I find out like the solution to a boss or how to navigate a difficult section of the map before I get there, that actually removes part of the fun of the learning process of this game.
I mean, couldn't you just, not watch a stream?
It directly impacts how the game is supposed to be enjoyed.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand that. I understand the appeal of the game. Not my type of appeal. It's like it's a game about beating your dick against the wall and overcoming challenges and things. No, it literally is. It's literally
pretty much.
it's like this is Dark Souls Dick Blender 3. Like that's what this is. And I understand that appeal. But
Oh,
like,
yeah.
can't you just not watch a stream with Dark Souls 3?
Yeah, absolutely. But people can. The nature of spoilers on the internet is that people will intentionally try to spoil you in ways that you don't think are going to spoil you.
Have you had a lot
People are
spoiled
assholes.
already?
Plus, I mean, let's talk about Dark Souls. The whole community has the ability to put like those soapbox messages things on the ground. So it's like,
Oh,
jump
right.
here. Like, okay, I guess we're not going to figure this out a community because 17,000 people have already done this. But honestly, while this does suck, I mean, it's no worse than, let's say, Ubisoft and The Division. I mean, obviously it is worse, but think about how The Division releases at 9 p.m. in one region and 12 a.m. at another. So everyone on the West Coast is going to have an advantage because they don't have to have their workdays as interrupted or their schedule as interrupted as someone on the East Coast. Like when I tried to play The Division, I grinded until I couldn't stay awake anymore, and my schedule, woke me up at the normal 10 a.m. I played until like 6 o'clock in the morning. If Los Angeles decided to do that, they got 3 hours over me. And in a game that is dictated by PvP, 3 hours on the first day is light years for all intents and
I
purposes.
mean, they have to do that though, right? Because that's the nature of all software and game releases. Your team has to be in office to troubleshoot problems.
Yeah,
I think
true.
that's literally just the problem. Like I don't think they like are trying to intentionally withhold content or like give an advantage to other regions. It's just that they can only be in one place at one time.
So why don't they release it at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific? That also gives an 11 o'clock timer for Europe. It's better all around.
The thing is though, like you have to understand the culture of the company. Like, do the people come in at a certain time, like at launch day? Do they have enough time to troubleshoot the types of problems? What types of problems did they know make it into the final release that they were planning on fixing? I think it's more like they are forced to be reactive and attentive, and I don't think they.
That has nothing to do with the time.
But committing, it may take an entire day or days to fix like a particular bug, where that 3 hours is not going to give a sway.
People are still really fixated on a midnight release. Super fixated on the idea of a midnight release.
Yes,
It's
so
for hype.
that is the thing. And it's unfair if you release it at the same time in all regions. It's unfair if you release it only at midnight in all regions, because then one scenario always gives an advantage to the time zone that comes last. And, I mean, think about Diablo 3, for instance. Diablo 3 is probably the most heinous interaction that has ever happened with this, specifically because there was a real money auction house, and Asia got like an 8-hour head start.
Oh, and we know how
I mean,
Asians
granted,
dominate
there are
online
different
economies.
servers, right? There's different servers, which is very important. But if you consider how people would donate money so that they could buy gold, so that they could buy the best items, of course, the stream that has the most viewers at the time is going to get the most. And not to say I wanted any more of that, but the argument here is that there was a lot of money on the line, and they gave massive advantages to certain parts of the world.
Right. I mean, that's also the same thing that kind of happened with Overwatch.
Overwatch is, I mean, that's just bullshit how they're like pushing an esports scene and people can't even play the game yet. They're giving a major advantage to people who they think should be in control of the game, and that's just obviously a weak push from Blizzard.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about their community. Genuinely.
Oh, that has been very clear.
So what do we make of this, right? So what is the solution? I don't think 3 hours and like simultaneous releases is the solution. There's still so many other regions that games are played, right? You can only have one team in one location. It doesn't seem like there's a solution, because like you can't match the hype of a midnight release, right? And you can't also like have your team unavailable for launch.
Yeah, but stop basing your midnight release on the West Coast at least.
well,
Screws over the rest of the country.
that's where most of these companies are, and that's where it matters most. There's no way around that. How many East Coast video game companies are there besides Hi-Rez?
Me.
PBat.
Xaviant is here. There's
Oh yeah.
SNK, but they're dead, basically. I don't know. There's a fair amount. I mean, East Coast United States. I mean, if you consider Ubisoft Montreal,
Yeah.
that would
No.
be East Coast. That's our time zone.
But like compared to every other studio on the West Coast.
There's a fair amount on the West Coast. That's usually just because of the weather, though, right? Like,
No, it's the it's the weather. It's the weather and expensive housing. Oh, if there's one thing I know about game companies, they love expensive housing.
Yeah.
No.
shout out to everyone in San Francisco. You guys hate yourselves.
No, they don't. They fucking love themselves. They hate their homeless people. It's a real problem.
That is true.
That's
And their
dark.
trains.
No, their trains are. Well, yeah, their trains pretty shitty.
No,
Everyone complains about the BART.
Yeah, it's like a really big thing. And actually, the person who runs the BART Twitter
Yeah, I remember that.
tweeted out something like, listen, we didn't expect this many people to live in this area. We're working on old infrastructure, and there's nothing we can do about it. So
Somebody
please
help!
Please stop complaining and write your fucking senators to give us more money.
He's like,
Right?
they've got me tied to the tracks.
Poor Sam goes with that.
What? That's
So
a-
let's
Typical Sam.
let's switch gears to the Twitch alerts and
Whew!
yes.
Gaming for
Hot off
good
the
drama.
presses.
Could you give us a framework first before we start discussion, Brandon?
Okay, so let's highlight both companies so everyone knows the subject matter. Gaming for Good is actually a pretty interesting concept. Basically, what they do is they partner with streamers and YouTubers, and every single time that from now on that there will be a global disaster. So think, the Haiti earthquake, Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy, the nuclear reactor breakdown in Japan.
Oh, that
These types
KFC
of-
by me's out of chicken.
No.
That happened once, though.
These type of things will be what we call call to actions. Athene, leading this project, will contact all of the streamers who have signed up for Gaming for Good and ask them to immediately start streaming and creating YouTube content with the intent of raising money and donations for people in need around the world. It's actually a really great idea. It's a humanitarian emergency response team. It's pretty fucking awesome.
It's a brilliant idea, too.
It's a little bit shady. A lot of the companies behind it are a little bit worrisome. Obviously, Razer sponsors literally everyone on the planet. I never really considered Razer to be a notable sponsor. If I see a Razer thing on someone, I usually assume they just couldn't get a different sponsor, and Razer offered them the bare minimum because that's the type of company. I don't know much about Staminus, but they are also sponsored by G2A, who everyone knows that I hate more than life itself. It's probably the biggest group of scumbags in gaming. So it's a good idea backed by people who are a little bit sketchy. Now, across the way is Twitchalerts. Twitchalerts is a streaming software that you use with OBS. You use a CLR browser add-on to your OBS to allow you to have donation messages, sub alerts, all that kind of stuff pop up on your screen. It's used by most streamers. It's the most used stream program. And about a year ago, maybe a little bit less, maybe 7-8 months ago, they were bought out by a company that they didn't disclose. It's been found out that it's Vulcan, the company that asks kids to gamble. I mean, I think is the best way to put it. Vulcan's obviously a shady company in itself. So you have two kind of shady companies that have great products, right? And what happens is Athene starts going on his stream talking a bunch of shit, allegedly, because I haven't actually heard this, allegedly talking a bunch of shit about Twitch Alerts. And Twitch Alerts sends him a cease and desist letter stating that if he continues to speak badly, they intend to sue him.
Ugh.
Huh.
What's
Just
crazy
to-
about this is the email that was sent to Athene. The first bullet point said that Athene was slandering the company by saying at no point did they start charging people to use their site. They did take a small monetary fee for them to use the donations. They take 1% of the PayPal interaction, but the users were informed. Now, I don't know a lot about Gaming for Good. It hasn't been around for a long time. I know Athene. I trust Athene. But I also like Twitchalerts. The problem here is that about a year ago, when they first started taking that 1%, I sent them an email, or I sent them a tweet even, and it was public. I even brought it back up last night, saying like, "You guys are taking money out of my PayPal, and I have no idea why you're doing this. Like, you didn't tell me you were going to do this." And they said, blah blah blah. We need to make some money. And I said, I think you are correct in that. You guys have an incredible service, and I am fine giving you 1% of my donations because what you guys are doing is amazing. But you didn't tell me you were going to do it. And their response was that there was a banner on the homepage of this website, on the dashboard, and they sent out a social media blast. Now, the problem with that is the dashboard is pointless. It tells you how many follows, how many subscriptions, how many donations, and how much in donations you received for that day, as well as it gives you a scrolling list of your current session on who donated and such for the day. Literally not important shit, because you have a donation page, a subscriber page, both of which are much more detailed, and you have an alert box page, an event list page. Those are the four that you should really be using. Every other thing, I would assume, is useless. In fact, the bookmark for the website, I don't even go to the dashboard. I go to the donation page just to see if I miss one on stream. I want to be able to read it back. And the other thing was they had a social media blast saying that, hey, from now on, we're taking your money. So if you didn't follow them on Twitter, didn't go on Twitter that day, or didn't go to the front page, only the front page of their website, they were just taking money from you and you didn't know why. And when I confronted them about this, they basically insinuated that I was ridiculous. So last night I made sure to send them a tweet saying that no reasonable person could surmise without luck, being in the right place at the right time, that you guys were going to start taking our money. Like, this is at best fraud. Like, you can't just do that without me opting into the program. Like, there should have been a checkbox or an email sent out where I would have to re-opt into their donation program. And again, I am perfectly fine giving them 1%. Even though they don't do it anymore, I'd be fine to give it to them now. The website's amazing. But they did it without permission, and then said to someone, we are going to sue you based on releasing that information. It's a load of shit, and it makes me not want to use the service.
Let's look at the actual cease and desist, though. I don't think it points to that. Okay. Sorry. The item in particular does argue that it suggests that Athene said Twitchalerts charges a 30% fee.
No, that was another point.
That's the second bullet point.
And
Yeah.
there was a 30% fee for certain things that was used at one point. Yes, there was.
Yeah, they decided to go back on it after the fact.
I see. So
I
they're
talked
spinning
about
this.
But I talked about this on my stream today. Do you know what a cease and desist letter is?
Yeah.
It's a legal threat. That's it. It's just a way to flex. It's
Yeah,
basically
it's a
saying,
legal boner.
yeah, we might hire a lawyer. Twitchalerts, I want you to hear me. Don't send me a fucking t-shirt, by the way, if you're listening. But I want you to hear me. If you continue this baseless nonsense because a streamer is trashing your product, you need to grow thicker skin, or I'm going to stop using your program. Because if you send another streamer a cease and desist letter because other people are veering away from your product, you're going to lose everyone.
That's not why.
What's not why?
There's more to the cease and desist.
It's not just them veering them away from the product of Twitchalerts. It's a lot more than that, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot
Yes.
more that's come out about it now.
Yes,
Actually,
there is.
Explain
it's a
then.
lot more.
I can just go over the bullet points real quick, and I'll let JC go into it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Fats.
All right. There was an impersonated Reddit post that somebody from what seems to be Athene's camp
Alleged.
made, claiming to be exactly. It seems to be. So allegedly, from Athene's camp, made an impersonated Reddit post claiming to be Twitchalerts. There has been confirmed hacking of Twitchalerts staff accounts. There's Twitter bots that are being used in the name of Twitchalerts There's view botting that's happening, false accusations, more false accusations. I can't even speak. False accusations, false market share claims, undisclosed fees, false charity claims, asking viewers to target and spam Twitchalerts streamers, which there's a video of, and Athene viewers. Well, that's just viewers harassing. That's viewers. Who cares?
Wait,
But
okay.
that all comes back down to the same point. Whether it's Athene or his fans or whomever from G4G, most of which is alleged, the goal here is to veer people away from using Twitch alerts. That's what's happening. And instead of Twitch alerts making the best product possible, they're taking all of this to heart and they're attacking people for it. And while in some ways they might have a case to be made, instead of making the product work better, they're attacking people. And let me tell you, StreamPro.io, I know the overlay that Game Changers uses that Juicana made is incredible. Like, these things exist out there, and they're just as easy to use. I'm embedded with Twitch alerts. Straight up. I'm like, this thing is a big part of my stream. But making the switch would take less than a day. And I don't want this fucking drama shoved into my life, especially when some of their claims are based off of 100% lies that I can prove with tweets that I made a year ago.
I would like to point out, too, that when it comes to things like Twitter bots and confirmed hackings, I would wager that Athene didn't directly order this type of thing, right?
I can agree with that.
I
I'm just
nature
reading
of
what I
being,
read.
yeah, I know. I'm looking at the thing too. It says it there. So the nature of a large streamer too, especially if you threaten one too, is people for whatever reason, the same way that people defend loving their console or whatever.
Celebrities and shit.
Yeah, exactly. They just treat it like we need to respond to this. We need to act on their behalf. We need to be Athene's army. You know, like, and I'm sure there's a lot of that.
Also
It's easy
this is
to
not the
attribute
first
that to him,
time.
though.
It's not the first time that Athene has rabble-roused in that way.
To be
not
fair,
for this
he-
purpose.
yeah.
But he has done this before, and he is not one to he's not against using almost anything to get done what he needs to get done. I mean, he is the one who really created the idea of thumbnail gaming on YouTube and got it removed from the service as a result. So I wouldn't put it past him to expect his viewers to react that way. He's not an idiot. But at the same time, I don't think that he would expect that they would go as far as actually hacking accounts.
If he did, he better have done it through back channels.
That being said, the rival service is not any better. All of the money that gets donated to streamers through Gaming for Good goes into your G2A wallet, which you can imagine is just as easy to get out into your actual bank balance as anything else related to G2A.
That's like my company paying me in pesos. Ugh, that's disgusting.
And by no means should I make the argument that G4G is great or anything. I think the idea behind them raising money for, like, you know, humanitarian efforts is great. But I am not at all implying that I would use G4G at all. I just don't like the fact that Twitch Alerts is lying. Because it's a program that I use. I don't give a shit what G4G does because I don't use their website. I just don't. I don't care about what they do because it doesn't concern my life. But Twitch Alerts concerns my life greatly. And with the way that they're defending a shady business practice, especially when they're backed by Vulcan, makes me very nervous.
No, there's definitely no not shady side to this. Both sides are...
I think everyone should behoove themselves and just, like, switch to StreamPro.io or hire an outside... marketer just to get this done on a completely separate channel, because Vulcan is sketchy, G2A is sketchy, and no one should be using those websites.
Agreed.
I think I might ditch Twitch Alerts after today.
I might too.
Stream Pro is what we want to use.
Well, I'm having something built for my stream specifically.
Oh,
so.
okay, PBat.
You always have a fucking project. Why don't you just get some Legos and sit down?
I try and stay busy, man.
That's bullshit. You're always sleeping on Sunday nights.
True.
So what are the takeaways here, right? Obviously the first one is to always question where your money's going, and particularly if you're dealing with donation services or income services of any sort on the internet, because everyone should take a cut, and most do, right? Step one. The other takeaways would be things like question charities. I mean, that's I'm like looking at the site. I'm like, oh wait, we should definitely question this, right? I mean, like, look at all the logos on this site. We see Razer, G2A, and Fox News. So I'm like a little bit skeptical. Help me out here, guys. What sort of things do we want to what does the average streamer take away from this situation?
I mean, it's easy to just instantaneously rally behind Twitchalerts and say, hey, they're doing all the good. Athene's an asshole, but but you have to make sure that you're actually looking on both sides. See who actually owns where your money is going. Because in both cases, it's not immediately obvious that either of these services is sponsored by their sponsor. Like
Right.
they actually,
No one should be using any products made by Vulcan.
yeah.
Vulcan.
If you go to
Like,
Gaming for Good, it's hard
guess-
to find that they're sponsored by
I can make a
G2A.
Smite joke.
It's not hard to find. I click about, and then I
Vulcan
scroll
made
down.
Zeus's
That is
autos.
some tiny ass text, dude. They're
It
hiding
is.
it down there.
I understand why G2A
show.
doesn't rename itself to something else.
Because they're one of the biggest. They're probably the biggest reseller on the planet.
I'm
right
saying,
now.
but like they could just change it to anything else. Also, their logo is awful. There's like 6 different. It's like gradients with like shade. Oh God.
You can say it's awful all you want, but they have extreme brand and name recognition.
Ugh.
And that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what the logo looks like as long as you remember it. That's the
Yeah,
point
I
of it.
know.
And unfortunately, their marketing team is a bunch of geniuses. And they do horrible fucking things. And I really am upset that this company claiming humanitarian efforts is sending money through G2A.
That is very concerning.
To the same point, I mean, I didn't know Twitchalerts was using Vulcan until yesterday. And when they got a bunch of money and didn't disclose, I got a little weirded out. But now knowing that it's Vulcan, like, that sucks.
Let's take a look at let's look at Stream Pro. Who's backing them? Seriously.
I haven't really ever used
Let's
the
find out right
website.
now, live on the stream.
So what StreamPro.io does differently, it's pretty cool, is it's everything. It's your overlay, it's your donations, your graphics, everything. You don't have to have multiple images saved on your computer. It all goes through the website, and it's all one CLR browser.
Who is this by?
Some of them look ugly though.
Well, it's not some of them that look ugly. It's like it's the whole website. Like you put your own shit up there. Like you put your own overlays and you run it through their thing. They have an entire customizable interface,
Oh,
which is pretty cool. And this was actually something I was going to do. I was working with someone to get this built, but he got another project that was worth a lot more money. So it is what it is. But I was leaning towards this, and when I saw Stream Pro, I was going to make the switch. But like I said before, I'm kind of embedded with Twitchalerts. I mean, it's a big part of my life. But dude, this website looks easy, and I think after
wow,
today, I'm
this
going
is
to make the
really
switch.
nice.
Yeah, it's great.
They really care. Like even their UI is really ooh.
I think this might be fuck you Twitchalerts. Like everyone's being slimy, and I don't like dealing with shade.
This is actually.
Understandably so, yeah.
I mean,
So what is the website we're looking at right now?
StreamPro.io.
StreamPro.io.
Yeah, guys, look in there.
Hacker.io?
Their UI is pretty sexy. I can't find anything about their backing though. If I go to their blog, who are their sponsors? Oh, look, it's 4 guys. Wait, hold on. Stream Pro first article on their blog. Stream Pro has joined the Twitch Alerts team.
Rip me.
There you go, dude.
Rip my whole life.
Wait a second.
Well,
When did this happen? When was this posted? This was posted February 29th of 2016, right before the shitstorm.
So
Get bodied.
this happened.
Fuck me, Merlin.
So I guess Vulcan has enough reach to get both. Wow.
Oh my god. And I was going to say, too, the guy in the first picture is pretty attractive.
Settle down.
Now he's not. He's ugly. Oh, god damn. We almost
So-
just sold this shit. I mean, can Vulcan buy us? Will they sponsor the podcast? Honestly, I will leave my day job and do this full time if they pay for it, you know?
Probably could.
Oh, god. So, Vulcan, if you're listening, I could take a suck on the dick. To be fair.
This is very
Stop.
disappointing to me that just everyone's in bed with either G2A or Vulcan or Kingwin or just someone trying to take advantage of children. Like, that's what it is.
What? You make it seem like they're pedophiles.
No, I mean, like, what
No,
they're
not that
doing
kind
is
of advantage taking.
they're getting kids to bet their money. They're, join up for these sites with their parents' credit cards, buy keys, resell them, do all this shady ass shit because they don't know any better. They find people who are down in their luck, and it's just a bunch of fucking pyramid schemes.
Or worse, they don't care. And they
No,
sign
that's
up
the thing,
anyway.
is they're not directly doing this. That's the thing, is they don't go out and say, hey, you can do this and this and this. It's just like, someone found a loophole. I will tell literally everyone. And G2A goes, oh, I didn't know people could do that every time we look at them with the fucking glare. And Kingwin's like, well, it's not really gambling, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, it's literally a fucking coin flip.
The problem is there's so much money in it. It's like tobacco, right? It's just like big money. It's a big pool of cash sitting out there. That's
And there's
ripe
no
for
one to
taking.
take it on.
Yeah. Maybe we should do it.
Nah, I'm good.
Can we make our own key reselling site?
What
No,
do
I
we
meant
call
in
it?
court.
Oh, no. Oh, I thought you meant like us being like little guys, getting a startup, fucking get a little small office inside of a WeWork, and then we, just like live it up. We have like coffee at lunch, eat Chobani in a late afternoon after some coffee.
What is he talking
Get some
about?
micro
man?
brews, get a little startup, and we
This
take
seems
it.
really
we take
white.
it to G2A.
I don't know
That
what's
sounds
happening.
like a plot of a movie.
Do you guys know what WeWork is?
No.
Oh
No.
my god, literally the most brilliant idea. WeWork is a company that creates office spaces for tech startups, right? So if, for example, if you and I had an idea for something and we needed like an office space, we got 6 people working on our company. In the case of StreamPro, let's say we got 4 people, right? Or 8 people, however many it is. We get an office inside WeWork. We don't have to worry about getting internet bill, having an IT staff, having a cleaning staff, having food, having a kitchen. You literally pay one like rent fee and you live in there. The downside is, of course, you're sitting in their incubator and they have their ear to the ground and they can like invest in you or buy you, right? That's the genius of it. So we get in a WeWork and we make our own key reselling site, but we're nice and we try to get kids to play games and have fun and learn valuable life lessons instead of gambling all their money and looking at
Valuable life
boobies.
lessons, like you should make 20 different emails and email every person who makes a Steam game and ask them for press keys.
Basically, yeah.
And it's not like these companies do any follow-up, right? I mean, yes, Nintendo is going to go through your shit if you ask for keys. But if you go up to a random indie dev and be like, hey, I'm Eat My Diction. Like, I make it eatmydiction11@gmail.com, and there's a chance they're going to be like, oh, cool, I love your content. Here's a fucking key. Like, oh, well, I need a couple for my team, too. Here's 4.
Yeah, if just 10% of companies do that, and then you resell those keys, that's still a huge amount of money. It's depressing.
So how do we fight these types of things, right? Apart from joking about like getting a startup together and getting the band back together and making a big deal, how do we do this, right? We combat this by informing people. I know, like, Brandy, you have influence over your viewers. PBat, Fats, you guys all have that. Me and Chris, we're nobodies still. But we don't have that type of thing. So we encourage the viewers and listeners of this podcast, like, think twice about the things you get in bed with and the people, and think twice about the people whose sponsors there are out there. People give Brandon a lot of shit for doing a lot of stupid things, but one thing he's consistent on is not backing shitty products. Particularly shitty stuff, right? So there's something to be said there. So be discerning. Be as thorough when it comes to blindly supporting things. This is the same problem we run into with politics and other things. People blindly back candidates when they do crazy shit.
Hillary Clinton's a woman. I'm going to vote for her.
Oh,
Gonna
God,
make
she's
history.
a reptilian! She's cold blood!
That's why Salem's voting for her. There you go.
To be fair,
Think
my
about
man
not-
Obama though.
God.
I voted for Obama based on his platforms.
I
I
voted
voted
based
on Obama because he
color.
looks like me.
So
Exactly.
you're basically saying that he's Battlefield?
You're from Canada.
Wait a second,
No,
yeah, you didn't
I
vote at
didn't
all!
vote.
This is
I
bullshit!
voted.
He didn't
can't-
vote.
I came in there and I said, if they don't let me vote, it's racist, and they were forced to let me vote.
Nice.
Wait, in what state?
I don't remember, man. Massachusetts.
Don't try and come
You
here,
didn't even
man. That
pick
ain't
the
gonna
one
work.
closest to you!
I said I was Fats's little brother, and we look exactly alike, so they didn't ask for like any photo identification.
We don't look anything alike.
That's racist.
That's really bad. We don't look anything alike.
Thank you guys for making these jokes this episode. I haven't filled my quota, but you're helping me meet it.
You're welcome.
So, okay. If anyone else knows of any other stream software that's similar to Twitchalerts or StreamPro, or I mean Twitchalerts, please let us know. I'm eager to try something else. I don't want to homebrew something because I don't have the skills, and I don't want PBat stuff because it's gonna be covered in pictures of him.
Yes.
No.
You were gonna say covered in cum.
No, I wasn't
And
gonna say
that's
covered
true
in
as
cum.
well.
I could say covered in without getting to cum.
I don't know, man.
You can be covered in bees.
I don't know, man. That's a little extreme.
Well, I'm sorry. All right, so we'll look into other things. God damn it! I guess I'll use Twitch alerts for now. It's not like I get any money from this anyway, so I'm not that upset.
I mean, I just don't want to support a company that shouldn't be supported. And them being backed by Vulcan and the fact that they're absorbing other companies and all this other stuff, right? The fact that they're lying, directly lying, blatantly lying in the cease and desist makes me not trust the company. And let's be real. Let's be real here for a second. If Vulcan's not taking money from us now, how are they making money on this project? Vulcan encourages children to bet. They're going to get us somehow.
If not, they'll get our kids.
Oh.
I don't mean in that way.
Listen, we sent out an email. We sent out a banner on the dashboard, and we had a tweet, one tweet that said, if you use our product past this date, you had to give us your children. All right, so little Sally and little Andrew have to come to my house,
Those
and they
some
have to
ugly
build me a
kid
fucking
names,
fort,
man.
because I didn't get a
Gucci.
fort when I was a kid, and I want one.
Those some ugly kids, man.
Yeah,
Their
those
names
na-
are just ugly.
I mean, you didn't name them like Gretel or something like that.
Gretul.
Those ugly ass kid names. Not from okay. Sidebar here. Don't name your kid anything that suggests an age. Don't name your kid Rosemary or Ethel, or fucking Reginald. Fucking
Dude,
die.
Reginaldo?
What?
It's gonna be like Sarah and Brittany that are like the old girl names in 50 years.
Yo.
Instead of Ethel
50.
and
You mean in 30
Beatrice?
years?
Rip.
There's a girl in my class with the middle name Beatrice, so we just used to call her Beat Rice. We're terrible people, but it was
Not
funny
yet.
as hell.
Well, I mean, there's a common Middle Eastern name. I think it's Indian. I'm not 100% sure. It's Shathayed.
Shathid?
Shithhead.
Shathid. It's Shathid.
Shathayed, I think.
I'm Shathid.
Yeah.
That sucks.
He's had nose.
That sucks. It's
He's had nose.
a cool name too. It's just it's unfortunate with the
Yo,
spelling. They
Shathid.
should probably work out the spelling.
That's the funniest video. I gotta watch it later. God damn.
Fats, you're so easily amused.
I am. I love myself.
Oh my god.
And I love me.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. So this is more of a general, broad thing. We know it's coming. We know it's the media's covered in it. See, I got to come in first before coming with. Come on, guys. VR. What do we make of it? Right? VR.
I'm hyped.
I mean,
I'm not hyped
it's
either,
cool, but like it's really expensive for something that I feel like is going to be as much of a gimmick as the Wii's motion controls were, and then like a month later, people aren't going to be interested.
What are we talking about?
But what if it's
VR.
awesome? But what if it's awesome?
I still
If
can't
it's
afford
awesome,
it,
that's
dude.
great, but like in what
Yeah, but that's what
ways-
people said going into the Batman vs Superman movie. But what if it's awesome? And then they walked out with their fucking head in
That's
their
what
hands.
Oh, can we talk about that?
I
Here's-
haven't seen it. No, but
I
I
could talk for hours.
Here's the thing, though. Like, they have to think of a way to implement VR that makes people want to use it. Well, I have both Oculus Rift Dev Kit 1 and 2, and I use them a little bit, but you know, everything I use them in, for example, they had TF2 implementation where you could use it in TF2, but it's like, it's cool for 5-10 minutes, but then like you don't want to use it because you're at a disadvantage. It gives you no gameplay advantage. It's like, it's just a cool little gimmick at first, and then you realize it's not really enhancing your experience very much gameplay wise.
We need that haptic feedback so you can actually feel what you're doing.
Yeah,
It's not gonna take off till then.
There was one really good, and it has its use beyond games as well, which is really cool. There's something on Steam called 0 Point. You can buy it on Steam. I think it's $12. And what it is, it's a movie. It's a movie that was filmed with a 360 camera. So you can look around in every scene, and it's really cool. And what the movie is about is actually about the Oculus Rift. It's really cool, and it's about its development and its inception and all that stuff. And it's really cool. And I liked it in that instance because it didn't really take anything away from me. If you're using it in a game, it's taking things away from me. It's taking away my ability to have, perfect Twitch gameplay and, be able to react to every situation, optimally. But in that kind of setting, it's really cool because, it just kind of takes something to a different level that doesn't really inhibit me in any way.
right. So it's never gonna work for something like for true gamers, right?
That's what
However,
I think, yeah.
The implications of it are huge, though. Like, I don't think we're ever gonna be running around playing an FPS. Like,
I don't
genuinely
think
in
it's
VR.
I don't think it's never going to be something that gamers are going to want. I feel like right now it's in such an early stage that devs haven't figured out a way to really harness what it can be used for.
Okay, I got the argument.
Here we go.
Gaming now has come to a point where immersion and realism are at an all-time high, right?
Yeah.
And if you said to someone 20 years ago what we could do with gaming now, I mean, it would blow their minds, right?
Yeah.
So in 20 years, we can get to a point of realism with an Oculus Rift or a Vive or whatever that would be a true Second Life. But 20 years ago, we had FF6, and that shit was dope.
Oh god damn it. No, okay.
So what if we get what if we get something, obviously not an RPG to that level, but what if we get a product, just some type of software that could rival the amazingness of Final Fantasy VI? What was it? If we play it now, is it the best story? Probably not. Plenty of other games are tackling the same dystopian ideas, whatever. Is the character development as good as some of the games now? Absolutely not. You can't see faces. A lot of the characters were very 2D. You get it. Battle system now, obviously not game changing in any way, but the ATB back in the day was something important. The idea that Kefka could destroy the world back in the day.
I think
he actually
you're
got his
veering
goal.
off the path of
No,
VR.
I'm not. Because there could be someone out there who figures out how to use the limited technology we have to create an immersive and life-changing experience. And anyone who says their life wasn't changed by FF6 back when it came out is no friend of mine.
I didn't
Right.
play it when it came out.
So,
Well,
see,
I
so
agree
you
with
don't even know what you're
everything you
talking about.
I just okay. My point with VR is that, like, I don't think like a true, like PBat said, like a competitive, like Twitch level, streamable, like playable game with feedback is ever going to be a thing, right? Because sweaty people just don't want fat sweaty people don't want to run. It's never going to happen.
You
We're
know
never
how
going to
to
play
do this to me?
FPSs. Stop, Fats. Fats, do you want to run? I'm
Got a
not
point,
fat, but I
but
don't want to
still.
run either. Like,
Got a point, but you can't say that. I can say that.
yeah, I could say it. I got a beer belly. I'm not
I
showing
can
it.
say it. You were fat in the 90s.
I
Not
was fat in
now.
the 2000s. Anyway, so my point is, like, other types of games though will really work. What about those games, right? That are the type of games that are like strictly narrative, right? That are the Gone Homes, that are
Yeah.
the Stanley Parable type of thing. I think that's where they will flourish.
Oh, okay, yes and no. Because Stanley Parable was what, like $15, and a VR headset is $600.
No. But the computer you played the fucking Stanley Parable
not talking-
on was $7 billion.
Right,
I mean,
it's still
in
gonna
my
cost
case,
more.
in my case, yes, but you can play the Stanley Parable on a fucking
Not well, you
poster.
can't.
But here's the thing, though,
You're missing
Brandon.
the point,
you
Chris.
get to,
Though.
okay, but I'm not missing the point.
You are
because
absolutely missing the point. You are talking software versus hardware. I'm talking about software versus software. The hardware expense sucks, but it's no more expensive than what is likely to be the PS 4.5.
Well, both sides of that, like most people are saying, give it a few years, and the price of VR will come down when it becomes a lot more commonplace.
Right. Well, that's
Um,
anything.
Yeah, I mean, like that's anything. But
How much is plutonium now? I'm going to try to buy it. Buy plutonium.
and
Oh
you're
my
on a
God.
watch list.
I don't even know what that.
Wait,
I
is
don't
that
know
bad?
what
Oh, you
Well,
just
now it's-
fucking ruined us! Oh wait, what's this? An email from Vulcan? They want to sponsor
Buy
us?
plutonium online. Smartelements.com. 35 euros.
So some guy from Vulcan, he wants us to.
Oh, it doesn't
He
actually
wants to buy our
contain,
nuclear weaponry or
It
something.
doesn't contain any plutonium.
Right.
Oh, never mind. The email's gone.
Uranium ore.
Oh, another email from Vulcan.
40.
CC G2A. Yeah,
I
is
got
it
it.
gone? Is it you got it?
This shit has Amazon Prime. It'll be here in 2 days.
Okay, cool. They want to talk as soon as possible. Something about weapons. Blah 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 blah. Lots of money. Oh, I'm in. T-shirts. T-shirts also here.
Yeah, plutonium. If you're out there, send me a T-shirt.
God. So okay. So I do
would
think
not want to wear that.
Chris, you weren't missing the point. It's not what I meant. I meant you were like kind of on a different point. My point was I'm like talking strictly not finance here. I'm about with VR. I'm talking about like the experience level and the things that VR is capable of helping us experience that is greater than our usual setup. Right. That's why I think those narrative-driven games will flourish. They flourish on PC. I think they can flourish in VR. Maybe not necessarily moving around, right? Maybe it's just a matter of just looking at things.
I don't think that they're unrelated, though, because if you make an experience just for VR, you want to get a return on that investment, right? But not that many people are going to have it.
I don't
early.
think. I think VR is so early now that people aren't trying to make a return on investment.
Same. I definitely agree
Yeah.
with that.
Because like think about games like that Dragon Cancer. Like they didn't make that game for like a wide appeal. It was a memorial to their dead kid and also a exploration of the medium. right?
Well,
and I think that's what
actually,
we're
I don't
seeing
know
with
about
VR.
that. They did recently just release the news post. I could try and find it, but they released a news post about how like little money they were making off of it and how it was.
Oh, I know. No, their issue was with Let's Players showing the game, right? Because they made a game that was not
Yeah.
crazy interactive, so you can watch the whole thing on YouTube, and they can. Yeah, there's an argument to be made. Blah blah blah. That's a completely separate issue. That was maybe not the best example, but it's an example. Like
Yeah.
a truly narrative game. They made that game. They truly didn't make it to make money. They did it as a memorial. They weren't exploiting their kids' death. I think like to accuse them of that is a little bit crazy.
Oh no, of course.
But like those types of games will flourish in VR because VR is in that creative stage. It's in that storming stage. What can we do with this?
Think about The Witness. I would love to play The Witness on VR. Same.
Exactly.
I agree.
So like I'm trying not to. Yes, the the money required to start to do VR is huge.
Oh, the plutonium's here.
Oh,
it's quick.
Oh
Stop.
fuck! There's 3 men in suits here. One of them has a. Is that a gun?
Kelsey, why are you laying on the ground?
Alex, why are
Get
you
up,
bleeding from your
silly.
skull? Oh god, why is Zach in a cone? Oh wait, he had surgery. That's okay.
Oh, no!
Why do you have your boyfriend in a cone?
Your boyfriend's wearing a
God
cone?
damn it! I hate
It's
this
always
joke.
the boyfriend joke. It's always.
No, it's my cat. He had his ear stapled.
What? How dare you do that to him?
Alex got his ears stapled?
Yeah, he's into piercings and we're into rough stuff. He likes when I pull on it. He likes the pain.
All right,
In VR, imagine a VR game where you can forcibly remove piercings from people with piercings.
Stop.
Dude,
Stop.
I'm down!
Yeah, now we're
Jeez.
talking. Get to beat up some fucking hot topic punks. Oh, take that, Salem. I'm gonna rip it out of your lizard face.
Now DM's really
Okay.
down. He's gonna
Wait, did you say
back it.
Salem?
Yeah.
Or, no, yeah, yes. Yes.
He's
You
gonna
can't wear
back
that
it
at work.
now.
You can't at work. Because she works for you. You think that just having a conversation with her is going to work for her.
Yes.
Oh, that's tremendous.
By the way, I got all my travel set for like the next couple of months.
What do you mean? Oh,
I just wanted to give a shout out if you guys are out there, trying to hang out. I'll be at PAX in April, going back to New Jersey in May. Sweden's coming up in June. Vegas for Evo in July. And then any Japanese fans out there, I will be in Tokyo again starting August 26th.
What? For what now? I want to go to Japan. This is bullshit.
Ooh.
Little baby Tiffany had she just graduated college. I got her a trip to Japan. Gotta bring the baby sister out.
Aw.
And her
Alright.
boyfriend.
You don't do
He's-
shit
he's
for
a
me,
weeb.
dude.
I was gonna say, what about me, baby brother? What about baby brother? I don't
You're
understand.
not
I
the
don't get
baby
anything.
brother.
Nah, you're
Who
baby
are you,
black.
PBat?
I'm baby brother. Why don't I get anything?
All right, PBat, show me your college diploma.
Wait, what the
Right-
fuck?
it's right
I didn't
here.
get shit from my college.
Alright.
Nah, I
I
don't need
graduated. I graduated college at PBat Eat.
anything. Oh my god.
I
Tell
didn't
me about your
expect anything
courses.
else.
I have a master's in comology.
I can verify this degree.
Holy shit!
I'm out.
He said comology.
Hey, PBat. Let's switch gears a second. When's the last time you played the culling?
The culling yesterday.
Really? I
Yeah.
can't play it anymore
Why?
What?
because the devs aren't supporting the game.
Oh, come on, man. No, here's the thing. I feel like we just got spoiled. We've been getting really consistent and really quick patches and updates from them. And I feel like now, the moment they kind of have slowed down with that, I think you're jumping the gun a little bit, man. I still
They
love the game.
hotfixed the game
When was the last time
to
you played,
fix
Brandon?
remote explosives, but the biggest plaguing issues of balance still haven't been addressed. And if
Okay.
you go to the Reddit, they don't even post anymore. They've completely hidden their heads in the sand.
How much time has passed since you last played, Brandon, since this patch?
Week and a half, 2 weeks.
Okay, it's not that crazy.
It's early access. It is that crazy.
The fact that it's early access means they definitely should be. And once the fact that they have been so communicative at one point, and then they stopped, it's just a huge kind of it's a kind of a shock because it's like you get people used to something and then you stop completely, and that's one of the reasons that most people, at least me, I believe Brandon as well, had so much faith in them is because they really did feel like they cared and
The
that they were
transparency
always
was
listening.
amazing.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think you can expect that forever.
It's,
I mean,
I couldn't expect it for a month.
I think you kind of have to in this day and age, though. I mean, imagine if Riot just stopped posting.
They sometimes
Well-
just straight up don't respond to things.
What the craziest part about it is they stopped posting and stopped being transparent, like right as Arc released their version of the culling inside of Arc, which is big. Arc is already bigger than H1Z1. It was from the beginning. So now it's getting that part of the market share too. And indie company Xaviant with less than 100 employees has already gone dark. And it's not like these people are wearing multiple hats. The dude that was posting on Reddit, he doesn't have to stop posting to do other shit. Like he's not like a developer. And if the developers and the designers are the ones posting on Reddit, not their community team, well then fuck me. I don't know how they have 100 employees. 'Cause what the hell are they doing?
It's possible that they feel threatened by it, right? So they have to strategize, and they hired a PR person, or their PR person is saying, "Wait, hold on." Like,
Well, that's a bad. Well, let me tell you, fire that guy because he's doing it wrong.
I agree. And it does suck. I'm not gonna give up on it yet. I'm gonna give it some more time. If a lot more time passes and they, and nothing is really going anywhere. Like yesterday, I was playing with Sly on stream and I lost it. I lost the game solely because I, ran into the punji bug where you can stack punjies and instant kill someone.
You're going to tell me that they needed to hot fix the game. And yet, listen, a lot of you out there don't work in the industry. Hot fixes cost money. Patches cost money. And it's not just development time. It's like actually sending the patches out costs sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. It's an expense. But if they had enough feedback where they needed to fix remote explosives, which wasn't upsetting the balance of the game, it was a frustration at best, versus healing in the fog, having punji stack on top of each other and instant kill someone, the melee being almost unplayable half the time due to the server lag. Like, there's so many glaring issues, and they hot fixed the game because something one of the designers designed wasn't working properly. It's ego and it's bullshit.
I think you're so quick to fall out of love with them.
I'm quick to fall out of love with everyone.
That's dmbrandon, man.
There are definitely like merit to a lot of what Brandon's saying.
They want my money.
I have a much longer fuse than Brandon does. Brandon yeah, I mean everybody does, but like, so I'm gonna give it time, but like I can definitely understand your concerns. It's okay, Brandon. We're all here for you.
I say give him another week.
As a final point, people are very quick to defend. These people want your money. They don't want your friendship. They don't want you to come out and hang out. This isn't like you guys are going to grow old together, be on a porch like in How I Met Your Mother, and you're going to be drinking fucking tea, hoping each other have great lives. They want your money.
Oh, no, I agree. But the thing about this is it's not like a monthly subscription. Like, I've already given them my money. I have the product. I don't have to pay any more money.
That's even worse.
I know, but here's the thing. I'm not going to stop playing. I've already paid my money. I'm going to keep playing the game.
But I'm saying that's worse because if they already have your money and then they go dark, well, like what happens if, I mean, obviously the calling blew up on Twitch for a couple days. Lyric was playing it, Summit was playing it, all the, the 20,000 plus streamers were playing it, plus everyone who had 5,000 or 2,000 was playing it. All the Twitch royalty was playing this game, which means they hit their market share on Twitch.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. They got everyone. And they probably sold a shit ton of copies in the first couple of weeks with how much great press they were getting. So maybe they felt they hit their market share. They're like, all right, guys, let's start working on something else. We're done here. I'm not saying they did that, but I'm saying they could because they have your money.
It's not uncommon with early access titles, which is another fear. Early access titles are infamous for just development just stopping halfway through and the devs abandoning games. So that's actually, I don't know, it's not that far out.
I'm just saying, like, you should give it a little bit more leeway with them. Like,
why?
Because, okay, first of all, you think you make a game, right? It strikes gold, Twitch royalty plays it. You're like, let me get to the keyboard and respond to everything. And at a certain point, you realize it's not like a sustainable model, right? Because especially since you haven't planned for it and you sort of did it, there needs to be some structure to it. They're overgrowing. That's all. I mean, I've seen this before.
It's not like it's a big thing on Reddit right now. They have like 6,000 people total subbed to that subreddit.
I'm just saying, like, afford them a little bit more time.
I'll go back to the game when they start putting some content into it, but I mean, it's how many times can I play that same mode over and over without the devs reaching out saying we're going to balance?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yes, you're one of the most experienced players, but you're not the be-all, end-all of balance either.
Everyone doesn't like the punchy stick shit.
It's not necessarily being the be-all, end-all of balance. So, like, these are things that majority of people know is an issue and have vocalized as an issue. It's not just one person. Like, everybody knows the punji stick stuff is ridiculous. Everybody knows healing in the smoke is ridiculous. Like, that, It's all very well noted stuff that majority
But
of the
sometimes the
community has
solutions to
talked
these
about.
problems are not that easy and simple. I mean, I know what
Well, I mean,
you don't want instant solutions. You want feedback that, like, hey, yeah, we know that's bad.
But it's like for some things it is a pretty easy solution. Like
You don't
the
know
fact
that.
that
You
you
didn't code it.
well, no, but like the fact that you can't heal in the smoke, it's going to use the same algorithm as you getting canceled out when you take a bleed damage from healing.
Same thing for the hitbox extension. It's literally just a mistake in their ability to use Unreal. It's just hitbox exists past frame blank. I don't know how to use Unreal, and I could fix that shit.
Yeah,
but let's
I
let's
think you're
assume
underestimating how
let's
easy
assume-
Unreal is.
maybe they're having issues with the coding, right?
Might break something else.
All you
though.
have to do. Oh, okay, but let's say they can't code it. All they
No,
have to
they
do
can.
is say. All they have to do is say, "Hey guys, we're working on a solution. We know it's a problem." It
Right,
takes
and they
10
haven't done it.
seconds.
They
It takes 10
haven't
seconds.
addressed the pussyfooting. They haven't addressed movement speed. They don't address anything in terms of balance. And I've been very vocal about telling the Reddit, like, guys, try not to give too much balance ideas. The game hasn't been out long enough. But if you have 100 or 200 plus games and you're saying the same two builds by the winners every single time, or it's the same complaints about the same movement speed perks, like, this is something that should be confirmed. If they had the money to hotfix the game for the remote explosives, they had the money to hotfix the game for other shit, and they haven't. And I don't like that.
I think they could be afforded a little bit more time. I do think they could be more communicative, but it's I don't think it's as cut and dry as you think it is.
It's
I
just in this day-
absolutely do.
In this day and age, if you're going to have a game like this, especially early access, one where you're going to expect people to buy into your game before you actually finish it, you have to be that communicative. You can't just go dark for a week or two at a time. It's not an industry anymore where you can get away with that.
Have they completely gone dark, as in not responding to anything?
They responded to something saying, actually, I just checked it because there's always like a Xaviant dev response, on the Reddit, and it used to be like 2 or 3 times on the front page, and then 2 or 3 times on the next couple. One person responded as someone claiming they got BSOD'd, which they, of course, are saying that they didn't. And someone that says, where are the devs? When's the next patch? He goes, we've been hard at work on the game. We'll have something for you soon. No hint to what they're working on. It's just been 2 weeks of them not giving us any information.
What I'm worried about is the fact that it maybe is like a bigger thing. Like it might be like the female models and they don't want to spoil it. Like I understand that, but like they could at least give us, some insight on the small things that they're working on. Because surely if they're going to patch something, it's not just going to be, hey,
it's
this
like
is
a
female
delicate
models.
balance. So like they promise something you don't deliver, that's even worse.
Listen, there's no balance in this game.
You don't even need to promise. You can just say you're working on it. Just acknowledging that certain things, balance-wise, are a problem, that you know about it and you're working on a solution, is a million times better than completely ignoring it. And Blizzard has learned this the hard way over many, many years
Right.
of head-in-the-sand behavior over WoW balance. And they finally have kind of gotten over that. But it took them, 7 years, 8 years before they started actually looking at social media and
But
acknowledging
to
it
be
as
fair, in Blizzard's defense, and you'll never hear me say that again,
I'm gonna replay that clip over and over again.
in their defense, I think it's important to note that back when they had their heads in the sand in 2006 to 2009, no one knew how to play their games well enough to give them actual feedback.
True.
And I would say 99.99% of the information that they got was from mid-level crying babies. And they still listened to it because that's why mages kept getting fucking buffed.
Can't trigger me like this,
Oh
man.
my
It's not
God.
cool. I played a mage in WoW.
You played WoW?
No.
Oh, you fat piece of shit. You.
All right, Smatter.
Yeah.
God, dude.
I
What?
got the hypothetical if you would like it.
Fucking God.
All right, let's do
Wait,
the hypothetical.
We have one more thing that's fun to talk about.
Do we?
Okay.
Called Overwatch.
Do we?
Oh, you know what? We should talk about that.
that.
Wait, what thing? What are you talking about?
The
So,
dumbest
alright.
argument of all time, to be honest.
So,
so
there
stupid.
is.
It's hilarious.
There
The
was.
kid-
There
yeah.
was.
All right,
There
the
was.
character tracer in the game.
Oh, this thing.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very, very
Booty
bubbly,
cheeks.
very
Oh,
bubbly, very,
K-pop
very.
sucks.
Right, right.
Bubbly's not the
Um,
word you want to use.
Well, very, very charming, very bubbly. It's a decent word.
Still said bubbly.
But there was one post on Reddit with somebody who was upset about one of her poses, where she is back facing the camera, looking back, the over the shoulder pose that like 50% of the characters in the game have, which
Literally,
shows,
by the way,
yeah,
male and female.
yeah, which shows Tracer's butt, and somebody was offended by that because their biggest argument was that it didn't really fit Tracer. It didn't fit her personality. She's never been sexualized like that. It's not like
I sexualize her every time I look at her.
it's not like Widowmaker, who kind of has that allure to her or something like that, or Mercy, or something along those lines. So people were upset about the fact that it was Tracer specifically. So the devs reached out and said, we want everybody to feel comfortable. We'll remove that pose from the game on Tracer. And a lot of people are getting upset because it's like, why is this an issue? It shouldn't be such a big deal. And I can understand both sides, but I do think it's absurd that it's being removed because somebody was upset.
Now, see, listen, I'm all for equal rights and whatever, but video games are art.
And whatever.
And the artist can choose to put in. Now, if you're offended and don't want to play a game because Tracer has her butt slightly extended, that's your fucking problem. The game is about murdering people, and we're worried about someone showing their butt. Shove it up your own ass.
Honestly, I'd love to shove it up hers.
You're
No,
gay.
no, you wouldn't. Come on.
Yeah, that's not accurate.
Let's be honest.
Oh, okay, fine. No one's gonna. Fine. It was a funny joke. No, I understand. Yes, they are literally murdering them, but to me, like murder goes hand in hand with boners.
I have no camp in this fight. I don't care because
Same.
I can't play Overwatch.
Same.
So fuck
Fucking
you.
God,
But-
Blizzard! You just reminded me.
But
Shit!
I just
No!
want to say,
No!
if it's not a big deal, then no one should care if it gets taken out. I don't. The argument is so pointless.
God damn
Well,
it.
it's not so much that me personally, I'm not upset that it's getting taken out. Like, I don't give a shit. But it's the fact that this has become an issue in the first place. Like, I understand.
Now
since
we're
the beginning of-
oversensitive.
I can agree with that. I agree with PBat saying. That's why I got mad earlier when my Twitter tirade.
Yeah, like since the beginning of gaming, it's not, it's obvious that objectification and sexualization of women has been a thing. Like, look at Dead or Alive. That's clearly what they're doing. Look at
Oh yeah.
old
That's
school Lara
Alice's
Croft.
favorite game, by the
Look
way.
at
I just wanna
retro
put that out there.
Lara Croft, right? Like her hip to waist ratio is just, or whatever, is insane.
Yeah, keep talk
Fantastic.
me off, PBat. Talk me off.
But this isn't an issue. This isn't even remotely close to that scale of an issue. And I just feel like it's somebody being very, very upset about something that there is really no need to be upset about.
That's
it
the
was
culture
the, it was
nowadays.
the, did you read the post? The original post?
I did read the post, yeah.
He did it, or he or she, the post.
Yeah, don't
writer
gender it,
itself.
Fats. Don't gender this.
I know. I was reading Tumblr. This was on Tumblr before it was on the
What were you
fucking
doing on
blog.
Tumblr?
Well, Blizzard's forum is Tumblr now, don't you know?
What were you
That's
doing on
a
Tumblr?
joke.
Yeah, what were you doing on Tumblr? Yeah. No, we weren't gonna let you have
That's
that
terrible.
joke.
God damn it, you guys are racist, mean. Anyway, the post, like, it just came down to, like PBat said, this didn't fit the character, and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, I don't want my daughter to see this.
It's cool if she murders a bunch of people. No worries.
That
Just
was
like
my
on South
point
Park
Twitter.
says,
That was my
violence
point on
doesn't matter
Twitter.
if there's sex stuff involved.
That's what I wrote on Twitter. Like, we care about a character's body being shown this way, but we don't care about the fact that it's a game where you kill each other. And in the character's bio, it literally says she kills people for money.
Right.
Rip.
Ta-da!
Cool.
It's a blow about nothing, and everybody's taking sides and getting super twisted over this. I mean, I think it's pretty cool that Blizzard is listening to the real vocal minority in this, but I still think it's really ridiculous when every single character has the same exact pose.
Right. This whole thing got me thinking. You think if Tracer takes a shit, can she rewind it and make him go back up her ass?
That's a good hypothetical!
That's yeah. Like, okay, so at what point when it detaches from her body does it stop being governed
I
by her
have the
power? her suit?
hypothetical. I'm not answering that ridiculous
Come
question.
on!
PBat,
man,
I'm not
what?
PBat, fucking Brandon. Oh my god, I'm so confused. I'm so like and excited at the idea of like her shitting forever back and forth. Like
I know the reference that you're making, and no one else does because
I didn't
I'm
mean
old
for it to-
and you're old.
I didn't.
I mean, that was a SpongeBob episode too. Just
Oh god. All right. So that's not the hypothetical, but everybody think about that for next episode. We'll touch base next week. Brandon, what's your hypothetical?
Okay, we're gonna go back to the VR.
Okay.
A full version of Sword Art Online gets
Nope.
released.
What is that? Is that a weeb game?
Yes.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know what Sword Art Online is, it's a virtual reality MMO in which you have great control over your character. But when the helmet actually activates, and the first day the game launches, there's like, a couple thousand, 10, 20,000, whatever people playing the game. The GM comes out, the designer, and says, hey, you're all stuck in here. If you take this helmet off, you're going to die. If you die in the game, you die. Good luck
For
beating the
real.
game. Yeah, you die for real. And people are inside this video game for literally years. Their bodies are in hospitals connected to IVs.
Are they
But
fat?
you don't move around. You lay down. And no, they're all skinny as fuck because
Okay,
it's
cool.
an anime. So
Hell
the
yeah, we
hypothetical
made it.
is Sword Art Online, likely the greatest video game ever created, comes out. But if you die in the game, you die for real. Do you put the helmet on?
How
Nah,
have-
fam, get
Didn't
the
we
fuck
have this
outta
discussion
here.
on an episode already?
I don't know.
Probably.
Wait,
Nah,
PBat, did you
it's-
say no?
No,
Wait.
hell no, fam.
Wait,
Are you
wait,
real?
wait.
First of all, your logic is extremely flawed for one exact reason. You said greatest game of all time,
That
Oh,
game
but-
sucks.
but Sonic Adventure 2 already came out.
Oh,
Sonic
so-
Adventure 2 sucks, son.
Sonic
okay.
Adventure 2
Are
already
we
came
literally
out.
Sonic
talking
Adventure
about-
1 is so much better.
It is.
This anime's plot for the
It
movie
is.
Can we
Stay
not-
Alive?
Can we not trigger me by saying 3D Sonic games are good? I can't
Dude,
take
Sonic
this
Adventure's
now.
fucking dope. You need to get the fuck out of here with your elitist bullshit.
I would
Ha-
want to
when was the
Sonic
last time
Adventure
you
if I
played
could raise
it?
Chow all day. I want to be a
2005?
slave
I don't
breeder.
know.
Yeah, play it again. Tell me it's good.
Well, I
Let
mean,
me be a
like,
voice
slave
acting's
breeder.
terrible.
no, because you're saying 3D Sonics, and that's all there's been, right? So if we go back to the 2D Sonics, I had already played the 2D Sonics by the time the 3D first 3D one came, or I guess second 3D one came out with Sonic Adventure, and Sonic Adventure still was my favorite to date.
Oh wait,
You can't tell me a game with Big the Cat in it is fun.
That game
Stay
was godlike. You
mad.
got the fish, bitch.
Yeah, because Miles Tails per hour is awesome.
wait. This just got me
Tails is
thinking.
pretty cool, bro.
If Sonic is so fast, do you think he could take a shit on a loop back around, and get it right back into his ass?
Answer the hypothetical. Would you go into the game knowing that you could die?
No.
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 Really?
Well, actually, maybe. Because
He's
the-
so fast.
well, there's so many things in the real world that can kill you. So I mean, like,
No, you could still get killed
guess.
by a disease.
well, here's the thing.
Or
I
someone
can go-
cuts the
I can go
power
in
at the
game
hospital.
and just be a shopkeep, or I can open up a chicken shop that heals all your
Exactly.
Oh my
mana.
god.
Dude, I'm down.
I'm sorry. I mean, to be fair, I guess in a virtual world, I could shit, fly underneath it, and catch it.
Yeah.
That's kind of appealing. No, absolutely not. No, the real world's way cooler. There's money in the real world, and sweet pussy.
Oh, excuse me.
Sweet
Not only is there
push.
money in the video game, but it drops off of pigs when you slit their throats. Like, that's awesome.
To be
If
fair,
there's any vegans out there, send me a t-shirt.
if you
What
slit a
about you,
pig's throat
Fax?
in real life, just
you guys
randomly, you
just
get
hear
arrested.
that DM supported killing cops? Like, wow.
Oh, I see your joke.
I get
That's
the
coming
joke.
into the game or what?
Oh, Black Lives Matter, yay. Black Lives Matter.
Matter. Happy birthday, Sherry. I'm in the game, bro.
Fats, do you do it? Do you not do it?
I just said I'm in the game. I mean, my body's already dying as is. I'm
Yes.
fat as shit. I got nothing left.
And Brandon, you definitely do it?
Yes.
But you can't stream.
I wouldn't need it. Actually, my stream would already be live.
But like, okay, this scenario
The
supposes
true
that
two-year stream challenge.
that this thing just comes out and you opt into it, right? But what about like your loved ones, your family, your wife, Brandon, my cat,
Right, but once I beat the game, because I'm good as fuck, I can sue them for a shit ton of money and never have to work again.
But
This
if
is
you-
America, not Japan.
Man, this is the worst. I don't understand it. We need to wrap this up, though. I guess thanks. Thanks everybody for being
Happy
here.
birthday.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun, I
It's
guess.
been a good day.
Next week we will likely do the same thing. Although it might not be on Sunday. I do have a wedding, so we might do this again during Monday
You're getting
or
married
something.
to your cat?
No! Sorry, I got
Rest
mad
in
for a
peace,
moment.
Zach.
So we'll talk about what day that'll be, because next week I got a wedding. I'm gonna be too drunk.
You're getting married?
God damn it! I'm going to one. When I went to your wedding, I didn't get married.
But you
Wait.
didn't.
You didn't?
Wait, Are you gonna take Zach's cone off since you're marrying him?
No, he's got another week before I can
Wow,
take
even
the cone
Fat
off him.
stole my joke this time.
What do you?
Yeah.
You're a joke. I'll kill
All right,
you.
that's it. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Juice Matter. Follow DM
crazy,
Brandon
man.
at Juice DM. Follow Fats at 2Fats. PBat at PaperBat VG. Follow JC at Juice Cyan. Thank you. We'll be back next week.
I'm just-
Remember to think about
No.
the fucking Tracer thing and think about whether or
This
not
is
she can pull the
ridiculous.
shit back into
This
her ass.
is ridiculous. Because if I said I was going to kill him and everyone laughed, if I said I was going to show him my butt, I would have been kicked off the podcast.
Have a good night, everybody.